Welcome to this session with Shaziah Zuberi. So, I would like to start with how ironic it is that I am hosting a session based on a cookbook, because I spent a whole lifetime trying to get away from the kitchen, trying to get away from cooking, and trying to get away from preparing meals. So it was in 2020 that I finally learned how to cook. And today I have the honor of sitting with Shaziah, who's an amazing food blogger. She's the author of this fantastic cookbook, her first. And Shaziah's book is based on fusion food, just like most of her recipes. Shaziah's got a following of 10,000 organic followers on Instagram. She's based out of DC. Her inspiration comes from her travels and her experiences of living around the world, in different parts of the world, including Hong Kong and now the East Coast in America. And so over to you, Shaziah. Thank you for joining us at the LLF.
Thank you for inviting. Yeah, thank you for inviting. It's such a wonderful feeling to see all of them.
So you're now a published author. How does it feel to have your book in your hand and to see this piece of work?
Wonderful.
And how long did it take you to compile this?
3 years, almost 3 years.
3 years. What took so long?
Because these are fusion cooking, and those are innovative recipes. Innovative recipes takes time to develop, because there is always a trial and error, and you need to fix them mindfully and carefully. So obviously that's required a lot of time, effort, and imagination.
Are these authentic or original recipes?
Definitely.
Okay, so you have perfected them over time.
Obviously, that's why it took 3 years. Yeah.
And so when you choose to make a recipe, or when you think of an idea, what is the main inspiration behind coming up with a new recipe? Is it health? Is it taste?
Definitely, because I'm overall very disciplined and very mindful about everything in life. For me, the health is the most important thing. We have to be very careful about what we are eating and everything in life. So definitely those was my inspiration, because otherwise I will not get motivated. So I really have to be very mindful about.
So people usually, they're originally published authors and then they move into the blogging realm. But you did it the other way.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's very interesting. How did you swim upstream, I would say?
Because I don't know, before I used to read books, and I love books. I love reading books, and then I started writing blogs. The reason, because it is a very good way to express yourself, your opinions, and you have, there's no time constraint also, there's not any time constraint. Like, for the blogging, you can fix your thoughts and everything. So I find blogging was, I was quite passionate about blogging, and I find blogging is very, it was like a therapy for me. Like I can give my point of view about whatever the think or opinion, where I wanted to express myself.
So tell me, when you are making videos for Instagram, or who sets up your kitchen and who sets up the layout?
I did it by myself, everything.
And also the photographs?
Yeah, everything.
And also in the cookbook?
Everything from the scratch.
So you
My
photograph?
friends helped me for a few pictures, and definitely, but over the time I learned everything. So I have done it everything, yeah. Because obviously America, there is no help.
Yes.
And it's expensive.
Yes.
So you have to do it. And this is my hobby, this is my passion.
So are you a formally trained chef? Did you go to school to learn
No,
how to cook?
I didn't go. I didn't go to any school. It's just my traveling experience and my multicultural exposure, and my friends, because I like to socialize with people like not only Pakistani but with other community also. So I guess that's how I learn about.
So when did your romance with food start? How did you get into food and the art of cooking, and what does cooking mean to you?
The cooking is the therapy. I always have this, because I don't know, like my friends always told me before, Shaziah, you are such a good cook, such a good, they always, but I never think about very seriously if I should be able to write the book or something. I think after blogging, I decided, why not? I should work with my book and be a food blogger or something.
So what was the inspiration behind the book? Did someone suggest that now you should come up with a cookbook?
The inspiration, definitely, US, I came to you. Okay. Definitely US culture, multicultural. I came to US where I was hanging out with different people, and I was experiencing different restaurants so I guess those are the inspirations, yeah.
So fusion food is very interesting. I mean, this is a time when the digital era has brought us so close together. Everybody wants to stay connected. And with fusion food, there's a lot of inclusiveness. People feel connected to each other.
Of course,
right?
Because it's acknowledge how you respect and honor about other cultures and traditions. Definitely, yeah.
So tell us about your favorite ingredient. What is your favorite ingredient in the kitchen?
My favorite?
Ingredient.
I love using herbs.
Okay.
Herbs, definitely. And I don't know, I like change, because I always think about innovative recipe. I like to do different things.
Right.
Yeah, so this is something motivate me. Like if I'm doing the same thing, I get bored. I always like to challenge myself.
Right.
Do different things.
Yeah.
Those kind of spirits, yeah.
So how did you learn how to cook? Was it always a lifetime thing, or did you develop this passion later?
No, definitely over the time I was visiting restaurants and grocery stores and traveling, friends. I guess that's how I developed my cooking because
You have printed fabulous recipes. Which one? I know everybody says for a mother, asking which child is the favorite is a very difficult question, but do you have a favorite recipe in this
I
book?
love harissa chicken because in America we are very busy. We do not have a lot of time. So I like the easy recipe, and because for harissa sauce, the sauce is always ready in my fridge. It's just like it's very practical. It's lifesaver, I would say.
Yes.
So you quickly marinate the chicken, and whenever the kids get hungry, I can give them. I can make tacos, or maybe with the rice, or make sandwich or something.
Right.
So I like the recipe which is very easy and very versatile, and I can manage also, because obviously you don't need to cook food only. You need to do a number of things.
Yes.
And you need to, in America, you need to top of everything.
Yes.
So I guess you have to be very mindful and practical.
Is there a particular meal or a recipe that reminds you of home? That reminds you of Pakistan?
I love Shami kebab recipe.
Okay.
But definitely with avocados.
Okay.
That tastes awesome.
I saw the recipe and I was amazed. I never thought of shami kebab with avocados. That's definitely one I'm going to try.
Because the thing like this, with the shami kebab, you don't need to serve like 4 or 5 shami kebab. With one shami kebab and with on top avocado, it's enough.
Yes.
And it's a full meal.
Yes.
And also because you notice in my recipe, I also try to avoid carbs,
Yes.
because obviously carbs is not adding any value.
Yes.
So those things also was in my
Which is your favorite world food? You've lived in Hong Kong.
A number of.
Okay. Do you like Chinese food?
I have to keep exploring them.
Okay.
I love Peruvian food definitely because they also have a fusion theme. And
Okay.
they use lots of herbs. So these days I'm just very addicted, I would
Okay.
say, with
Okay.
Peruvian. So I think last few weeks, I think I posted some video also.
Yes,
So those
I
are
saw that.
definitely,
I
those
saw
are
that.
definitely.
I also saw you making something with salmon. You were grinding it. You were
Yeah.
making what? Salmon kebabs?
Salmon kofta.
Koftas. Salmon
Ah.
koftas. That was
And very
interesting.
easy to make also.
I saw.
Yeah.
I saw.
Exactly.
Shazia, you have a presentation for us?
Yeah, maybe you can play the video first and then the presentation we can start. कहाँ से होगा ये?
The key message I try to convey in my
Move
book
forward,
is
Tasha.
that my book is an
Right
effort
side.
to bring people from different backgrounds together in a vivid experience, my culinary route, yet enjoy the influence of other cuisines. Fusion cooking is the foundation of modern cooking. Basically, it is a concept where you can thoroughly integrate a variety of ingredients from across the globe. It reflects my world exposure. My book is basically providing a concept where you can thoroughly integrate a variety of ingredients from across the globe.
थोड़ा सा
Well, doing this, I'm just trying to keep the
ये
Pakistani
रख कर सकते हो. Yes. The let me just focus. The inspiration of my book came when I first time arrived in US with my family. In this process, I was incredibly keen to explore and interact with people who were basically from different background. I remember I used to visit grocery stores, farmer markets, restaurants, museums and park. For me, it was more like a multicultural experience. As an Asian Pakistani woman, I was constantly asked where I'm from, what was I'm doing, what's my interest and hobby was. And the same way, I was asking them the similar question while we mutually respecting each other's values and tradition, regardless of our background. I was deeply inspired with this multicultural society. To be honest, I have learned about fusion cooking by experiencing and experimenting with the different international cuisine. Not long ago in this process, I have developed my own hook where I was able to create a new pattern of cooking with a variety of ingredients that I've never experienced before. While doing this, I was just trying to keep the Pakistani theme at the center. For example, I was adopted Pakistani recipe by incorporating other authentic international influence to create a culinary melting pot. The first book of mine focusing on Pakistani theme, fusion cooking. It is basically representing my overall journey as a Pakistani immigrant in America, where I inclusively honor about other culture and tradition. This was intended in a way where I wanted to build a bond, bridges, and connectivity between culture. I wanted to respect and reaffirm my authentic culinary root while enjoying other world famous cuisine. In this cooking process, I have developed I have infused my traditional Pakistani recipe with a fascinating twist, inspired by incorporating element of other world cuisine to create a unique and rich dining experience. This was the inspiration. Sorry. Right? My book is representing my cherished and irreplaceable bond with me from my past. I wanted to present this aspect in a way where I can combine my past and present. For example, how I grew up in Karachi, what was my favorite food, when did I get involved in cooking, what did I learn from my mother traditional cooking style, what was my overall experiences while growing up in Pakistan. Next. The fact is that my mother was an amazing cook and extremely hospitable. I remember when her friends were visiting, she always found joy in sharing meal with them. Not only my mother always told me that a good meal always prepared by putting heart and mind. She also told me an invaluable lesson while working in the kitchen that I should trust my instinct and practice and be patient and practice the cooking skill with a sense of joy. This is all I have learned from my mother. I remember her favorite dish was aloo gosht, palak gosht, gobi gosht. She also cooked all type of lentils and kebabs. Her cooking style was very traditional and simple. She always cooked from the scratch. I remember 5 ingredients were always available in her pantries, including garlic, ginger, onion, tomatoes, and chilies. Among all the dishes, my favorite one was nihari and biryani. Whenever I visit Pakistan, she always cooked those dishes for me, and I still enjoy them.
Shazia, do you know how to also make Pakistani food?
Yes, of course.
The traditional Pakistani.
Yeah, of course. Despite this, what I like about my mother, she was very open-minded in everything in life. I remember in my early childhood days, she encouraged me to play sports. I used to play cricket with my brother. By the way, I have 6 siblings, 4 brothers and 1 sister. She also allowed me to play a leading role in drama serial Sassi Punno. It was written by famous playwrights Fatma Suraya Bhajia. The same way, whenever I express my opinion, she never judged me. Rather, she encouraged me to speak up. In my kitchen role, I always experimenting with the different ingredients, whatever available in her pantries. I used to make chana chaat, dahi bade, soup, salad. And these recipes are still my favorite, particularly chana chaat and dahi bade. And I think those early childhood experiences definitely shaped my overall thinking process, social skills,
Creativity.
and overall personality. As a result, I brought this project.
So
alive.
from acting and being interested in sports,
बाद में बात कर लें। I got married, moved abroad, and blessed with the twins, a boy and girl. As a mom, my life is just like a roller coaster. To be honest, sometimes it is hard to maintain balance in between. From helping my tofu has a rich history and associated with China. It is made with soya bean curd and is a great source of protein. Using tofu in my traditional curry recipe simplify the cooking process as well as providing a unique and rich dining experience. I love traveling. The fact is, my travel memory is always associated with the food. My Moroccan-style chicken recipe is one of those memories that I have created, inspired by my visit to Morocco in 2016 with my family. Morocco has a very rich history. It blends various culture, including Arab, European, and Berber. For me, one thing that stand out about Morocco is its unique cuisine. Moroccan food is worth exploring. They use variety of herbs, oil, and seasoning. Trust me, you won't be disappointed. You can check out my Express Tribune blog about Moroccan culture that I wrote a few years ago. Meatloaf is a classic American dish. My kids savor this dish while growing up in America. They like the dish because of its bread loaf shape. Plus, they can enjoy it as a sandwich or with salad. One day they asked me to make it at home. I made it with Pakistani flavors. They love the recipe as it blends a classic American flavor with desi twist. Cauliflower pizza is the best healthy vegetarian option that I have presented in my book. This recipe is a great substitute for traditional pizza crust that we made it with the flour. I like about the cauliflower pizza is my teenager daughter, who is a picky eater, she enjoyed the recipe without even recognizing that I have replaced the flour crust with cauliflower. The best thing about fixed saffron kheer recipe is that it is providing a natural sweet taste and it is very nutritious. For me, this recipe is a healthy dessert option. Plus, this recipe can be substitute for traditional kheer and firni. Growing up in Pakistan, I savor suji ka halwa on many occasions. This halwa is usually eaten with puri and a savory dishes like chana masala and aloo bhujia. In my fusion experiment, I have presented the dish with a tart crust filling. I often serve as a school lunch for my kids. My son loves sweet vermicelli. It is one of my favorite recipe also, a childhood recipe also. In my fusion experiment, I have adopted the recipe with the ricotta cheese, which is most commonly used in Italian cooking. My whole family enjoyed the recipe because this is incredibly delicious. My book is an effort to bring people from different backgrounds together in a way where they can experience my culinary route, yet enjoy the influence of other world cuisine. It is an effort to open doors, build bridges, and deepen relationship and develop deepened relationship through the art of fusion food. It melt my authentic Pakistani heritage with the celebration of global diversity. I would also like to say one more thing, particularly for those who think it is very difficult to get fusion ingredients in Pakistan. I would like to say only, I'm pretty sure you will get the fusion ingredients in Pakistan, as we all are living in a globally connected world. Or think about it this way. At least my fusion ingredients are providing opportunity and opening for more understanding. For example, now you wouldn't be surprised to see quinoa or amarnath in a grocery store. Now you would know what quinoa is. Now at least you would know how to use quinoa without any confusion, right? And finally, my book promotes Pakistan on the global culinary stage, and this is my lifelong dream. And one more thing. In the end, I wanted to say thank you to everyone who has supported me in my journey. I wanted to say special thank you to Razi and his entire team who believe on me in my fusion cooking and my authentic voice. They invited me from Washington, D.C. for this beautiful event. I'm extremely grateful for this opportunity from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.
Thank you, Shaziah, for that very entertaining and this beautiful food journey of yours. One last quick thing. Any word for people who are aspiring to be chefs? So many people out here they're just food lovers. Anyone who's here right now, I can guarantee is a food lover, and that's why they're here.
Of course, I'm sure.
So any word of advice for them? Any tips?
Just keep exploring and try different things. Because trying different things, change is good.
Yes.
Because it provides you opportunity, understanding, openness.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we're opening the floor for questions. We have a gentleman here, and then after that, we'll pass the mic on to you.
So, Shaziah, thank you very much. Number one, lots of congratulations, lots of mubarakbad.
Thank you.
So it looks like a fantastic effort. I'm very excited. I discovered cooking in my 50s, very excited to try the
And I came all the way from DC.
MashaAllah, wonderful.
I'm still in jet lag, so you can imagine.
In fact, my wife lives in Seattle, and when I visited in Seattle, that's when I do my cooking.
Really?
And it's a pleasure to cook for her, and I'm looking forward to trying the recipes.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate.
मेरे 3 सवाल हैं एक सवाल जो है सवाल तो काफ़ी है लेकिन एक तो सवाल ये है कि because I'm also an author and the effort that is required in experimenting with the new recipes, I mean I'm sure and trying it out on different people, that is one part of your product. And the other part, of course, is putting the book together.
Yes.
And so I was wondering if you could compare दोनों चीज़ों में कितना effort
I did it everything by myself.
नहीं वो तो सही है.
I'm like a
Which was
all-rounder.
harder? Which was harder?
I think this part.
The putting
I'm
it
here.
together.
The reason because my job was very isolated.
Right.
Like I was on my own thought process. Creating recipe, cooking, writing. And then like I have to face you guys. And I was not sure I'm good enough because I was just thinking, because obviously back on your mind, people will judge you.
So the other question I had was that in the West, unfortunately, our cooking gets crowded out by Indian cooking.
Yeah.
Because your West ko agar subcontinental cuisine ka idea hota hai, to do you think that is changing, and how much do you have to struggle, or how much of that is a factor in trying to popularize your cooking in the Western audience?
My American friends, they love my recipe because maybe I add nutritious ingredients and also I simplify. And also I don't think so they are struggling finding ingredients also. I did not get any negative review or anything from my American friends. Actually, they are very, very happy, encouraging and supportive. And I'm so happy. To be honest, I got a lot of support from my American friends. So that's why I'm here. So look at the support from my country.
We have a question from the lady at the back. Sorry, we can't hear you. Sorry, still can't hear you.
How difficult was it to publish a book? Because it's very difficult publishing books.
Publishing a book, 3 years. It took me 3 years.
Right.
Because I was doing everything from the scratch. Plus, I have the responsibility, taking care of my family.
Yeah.
I told you, my family is always my number one. And I try to balance everything. And this is my passion. This is my love. I don't want to be in a rush. I want quality, not not speed.
So did you have a literary agent that helps you publish your book or what? Because
Obviously,
because it's not easy.
Yeah, obviously, I need a publisher because without publisher,
Yeah,
and I was lucky I found Marking and they have done a great job.
Yeah.
And I had a wonderful working relationship with them. I was recommending my friends in America also, you must contact them because if they wanted to publish their book, they did an amazing job because everybody loves the pictures and the overall book. So
do you sell your food on a commercial basis as well? Do you sell your food on a commercial basis? Do you sell?
She's saying, do you sell, do you prepare food and then sell it?
No.
No. No. Because some people actually,
Yeah, no.
Okay, thank you. Any more questions? Excuse me, mic here, please. Sir, can you give a brief introduction before asking your question? A brief introduction?
Myself?
Yes.
My name is Asim Akhtar. I'm an art critic. I also write for newspapers and journals. My question to you is, how important is presentation of the food to you
Extremely important.
vis-a-vis cooking?
Extremely important. Because I'm quite focused, because obviously you get excited, you're happy because if the food look good. Like for me, like I told you, like when I go to grocery store, the first thing I will buy the flour. And for me, the kitchen aesthetic is also very important. I'm very focused on my kitchen should be organized, I should use proper utensils, it should be clean, I decorate my kitchen. You come to my kitchen, you will find the whole world, my books, my flowers and painting and art and a lot of things. So for me, it is very important. The feel is very important. Yeah, overall.
Thank you.
Any more questions before we wrap this session up, please? I guess that's it. Thank you, Shaziah, for this wonderful presentation. Sorry? Okay, I guess that was a mix-up in the mic system. But thank you, Shaziah, for joining us today for this beautiful food journey and for your wonderful book. I believe it's available at the bookstalls at Liberty. So I'm going to pick up 2 copies.
Yeah, thank you very much.
So thank you.